Another college football season has come and gone, and it was one ripe with success for the Chick-fil-A Bowl. With 3 major events on the docket, 2011 certainly lived up to the Bowl's high standards with events that kept the college football industry buzzing. In April, the 5th annual Chick-fil-A Bowl Challenge Charity Golf Championship continued its tradition of first-class golf and hospitality, hosting 650 guests for 3 days of golf. NCAA head coaches, professional golfers, celebrities, and Chick-fil-A vendors helped generate more than $600,000 in charity and some great action for an ESPN golf special.
Competition and compassion. $638,000 in scholarship and charity money donated. The Chick-fil-A Bowl Challenge comes to a close, and your champion, the Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech.
In September, the Bowl kicked off college football with a BCS-style season opener featuring 2 highly ranked teams, number 7 Boise State and number 19 Georgia, in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. A day-long celebration of college football, including the kickoff cook-off tailgate experience and the fan zone presented by Coke Zero, all led up to the prime-time showdown. A sold-out dome saw the Broncos' 35-21 win, and another 2.9 million watched on ESPN. And what about the old leather helmet trophy? Well, it headed back to Boise. Only a few weeks into November, the possible matchups became clear. Reigning national champion Auburn, young and hungry, bullied its way into the game, coming out of the toughest division in college football, while Virginia, another talented team, didn't know its bowl destination until Selection Sunday. With teams selected, focus shifted to the players' experience, and the battle for Bowl Week provided a roadmap for a week's worth of activities in Atlanta.
During the team welcome parties at Dave & Buster's, the order of the day was food, games, and nothing but net basketball. The first Battle for Bowl Week event, won in dramatic fashion by Virginia.
The guys attended a bowl welcome party on Monday and have had fun this week, battling the Auburn players in a basketball shooting contest and a Brazilian buffet eating contest. The Cavs won both.
And one thing these guys know how to do, it's eat. A trip to Sal Grosso Brazilian Steakhouse provided a memorable experience and a chance to see which team could eat the most meat. The Cavaliers came out on top again to take a 2-0 lead in the battle for Bowl Week.
But for Tigers defensive end Nosa Igwe, the best non-football part of this bowl experience has been about something else.
Well, for me, I love the Brazilian Steakhouse, so by far, eating the meat, at the Brazilian Steakhouse has to be my favorite.
A break in the competitions provided time for the teams to experience more meaningful activities during Bowl Week, visits to 2 children's hospitals, and a trip to the Martin Luther King Jr. Center.
After practice today, head coach Gene Chizik and 20 players visited the Children's Health Care of Atlanta at Scottish Rite Hospital. The players handed out gifts, took pictures with the kids, signed autographs.
Football is, of course, a physical game, but tonight players from both Virginia and Auburn heard a message of nonviolence at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center just outside downtown. Inside the very church that Dr. King grew up in, the site of his funeral as well, players and coaches heard Congressman John Lewis of Georgia speak. Lewis is an icon of the civil rights movement in his own right and delivered first-person accounts of one of the great leaders in American history.
It's an honor for us to be here. Him and his experiences, with Martin Luther King and, his stories and how, he brought about, basically played a big role in the civil rights movement. I feel like, it's an honor to be here, and I'm glad we came.
Next up, the Milkshake Combine. That's right, the offensive line squared off to see who could build all 5 Chick-fil-A milkshakes the fastest. Winner? Auburn. Then it was off to Andretti karting for some serious go-kart action to see who was the fastest on the track. Auburn came through again, and the battle was tied at 2.
Tigers not all business this week. Found some time to have fun between practices, including yesterday visiting the Andretti Kart indoor racing facility in Atlanta, something the players appreciate after 4 months of football.
Heading into the final day of Bowl Week, the battle would hinge on the Georgia Power football feud.
On a lighter note, the games continued between Virginia and Auburn this afternoon with a football version of the Family Feud.
Show me film. There we go. There we go. Now you guys can pass or play.
Now, despite that point going to the guys from Charlottesville, Auburn took the overall contest, and with it, the battle of the Bowl Week trophy.
Yeah, Game day is up next. We'll be back with more after this important message.
Oh, it's been great. You know, number one, we're just very blessed to be here, and we feel very fortunate that, you know, we were able to be selected by the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Our kids have had a blast. It's been a great 2 or 3 days since we've been here. The hospitality is second to none. Everything's done first class.
Obviously, we see why the Chick-fil-A Bowl has been one of those bowls that has been very coveted and very gracious in what they do for the players and the coaches and you know, the community, because we've experienced that the last couple of days we've been here.
As Bowl Week turned to game day, players, coaches, and fans all focused their attention on the matter at hand.
Game day started with the traditional Chick-fil-A Bowl parade. Tens of thousands gathered along Peachtree Street to watch more than 65 groups of bands, floats, characters, and VIPs march through downtown Atlanta. The parade ended at the Georgia World Congress Center, where 35,000 fans passed the hours before the game at Fan Fest, presented by Coke Zero. There, fans took part in dozens of football-themed games and activities, with plenty of fun had by kids of all ages. And when Auburn and Virginia made their traditional team walks through Fan Fest, a sea of blue and orange fans finally made its way into the Georgia Dome.
A sold-out Georgia Dome is one of the best venues in all of college football. And with ACC, SEC bragging rights on the line, the 25th ranked Auburn Tigers, the Virginia Cavaliers, and millions of fans were ready for kickoff.
And we come to the Georgia Dome, home to the Chick-fil-A Bowl for 20 seasons. Well, as you can see behind us, you've heard of raining cats and dogs. It's raining cows inside the Georgia Dome.
Virginia goes right to work. Quarterback Michael Rocco to Chris Bird, right over the middle. Big play quickly. 7-0, Virginia on top. Auburn's defense then gets into the act. Garrett Harper with the block and recovery. The War Eagles back in business. From there, it's Kyle Frazier banging across the goal line. This game tied at 7-7. Then it's Virginia back on the move. Same combination. Michael Rocco to Chris Bird. They retake the lead 14-7. But then the Auburn Tigers start to take control. What a run by number 23, Ontario McCaleb, going one way, reversing his field, flying down the sideline, shifting gears and gobbling up big yardage before being forced out of bounds. And then Coach Gene Chizik pulling a winner out of his bag of tricks. The old Statue of Liberty play, run to perfection. Ontario McCaleb scores to tie the game at 14-all. Auburn again on the move, this time through the airways. Quarterback Barrick Trotter to Ontario McCaleb, who takes it to the rack as Auburn builds up its lead. Auburn continuing to pour it on. Number 21, Trey Mason, right up the middle, banging across the goal line. Trey with a quick 6. The Auburn defense tough as nails all game long. And then it's Jake Holland with the interception. This Chick-fil-A Bowl goes to the SEC. Auburn a winner, 43-24, your final score. At the end of the day, it's all about results. And no doubt, the 2011 Chick-fil-A Bowl delivered. The bowl extended the nation's second largest bowl game sellout streak to 15 in a row with a capacity crowd of 72,919 and another 4.1 million viewers watching the game on ESPN. The bowl set another record in team payout with an all-time high $6.9 million going to Virginia and Auburn. The Chick-fil-A Bowl continued to be a leader in the industry by compiling a number of firsts. The first bowl to create and launch a smartphone app for fans, production of the bowl's first ever live webcast, and the creation of the first Chick-fil-A Bowl Sustainability Summit to help focus university athletic departments on conservation efforts. The Chick-fil-A Bowl continues to be college football's most charitable bowl game, leading all others in the nation by a wide margin. The Bowl's mission to continue to make charitable giving a priority resulted in $1.33 million for those in need.
Well, that's our mission. We've created a mission that we will be the most charitable bowl in the country. We are. We'll give $1.35 million out this year. So we believe in the city believes in us, so it's a great partnership.
$638,000 from the Chick-fil-A Bowl Challenge golf event, $264,000 in gifts to WinShape Homes foster care program, $180,000 to fund the Play It Smart academic mentoring program in Atlanta Public Schools, $200,000 in endowed scholarships at Auburn and Virginia, an annual $50,000 donation to the Bowl's original charity, the Georgia Lions Lighthouse Foundation, and the continued support of its endowed scholarship program with scholarships at 16 universities and assets totaling more than $1.5 million. What happened this year and what happens every year for the Chick-fil-A Bowl is an example of how a bowl game can impact its community, how it can make a difference, how to do it right. And with 2011 in the books, the Chick-fil-A Bowl will set its sights on doing it all again in 2012. Thanks for watching.